Hello, it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astronumerologist. Welcome to your special Equinox Astronumerology forecast for the spring equinox, March 20th, 2017. It's the autumn equinox down south below the equator. It is the beginning of the astrological year, so it's a very, very important moment. And we only have this moment twice a year. So equinoxes are really powerful because it's the only time of the year where night and day are totally equal. No matter where you are on Earth, day and night are the same length. So this is a really beautiful symbolism of the yin and yang becoming completely balanced. And so it's really exciting because when this happens, there's a sense that there's no overriding theme of only light or only darkness. It really is that they both are equally valid, right? The masculine, feminine, the sacred masculine. They both need to be in balance to create life. And this perfect balance is what allows the universe to just create and create and create over and over again. So this balance between light and dark that's represented by the equinox is helping to remind us that we need both lightness and darkness to experience the fullness of life as human beings. We need that duality. So we need both the sweetness and the bitterness to appreciate one and the other, right? And so at the end of the day, what happens is because we learn to balance masculine and feminine, yin and yang, we realize that everyone is equal, that we are all one and the same, and we all come from the same origins. All of us are here on a journey, and even though our journeys take us on to very, very different places, right? Really, when it comes down to it, we have a similar reason for being here, and that is to grow and connect with the divine and appreciate each other, and basically understand that everything is connected. So this day, these 2 days of the year where we have the equinox, is a symbol of that, because we're honoring basically all aspects of life, every circumstance, as it all comes into balance and is seen as one and the same. So it's the perfect time for you to accept your life no matter what the circumstances are. You know, you don't want to judge. You don't want to say one thing is good, one thing is bad. Yes, you want to listen to the feedback, but the course corrections that you make are all positive. They all lead you to more awakening. So you want to instead honor the journey you're on, instead of making judgments about, what is good and what is bad. So it's a time of celebration. You've come a long way. This is the beginning of the new astrological year. The March equinox always happens in Aries, and the constellation of Aries is considered the first constellation in astrology. So whether you live, as I said, in the northern or southern hemisphere, this is the beginning of the year. It's the perfect time to start thinking about what's coming next for you and to really, set intentions that feel like a rebirth moment for you. Now let me go a little bit into the actual astrology at this time. So the ruler of this equinox, this particular one in Aries, is Mars, because Mars is the ruling planet for the constellation Aries. Now Mars at this time is in Taurus, and Taurus is a very stable sign. It governs the second house in astrology, which is about our values. It's about how we look at our financials and abundance. And Taurus is connected to Venus. Venus plays a very big role right now because it's in retrograde. So matters of love and financials and your surroundings, making them beautiful, are very much favored at this time. So Mars is in Taurus, which means the fiery energy of Mars is going to be grounded at this time in the earth sign of Taurus. It's going to be merged with Venus. Mars and Venus together, of course, are the ultimate masculine feminine symbols in astrology. So it's actually a beautiful symbolic activation of that yin and yang symbol in the astrological signs. Now the sun is at this time right between Venus and Chiron, which is Venus being retrograde, Chiron being in Pisces, this is a very special moment because it's about healing and shining your light in a very loving, kind, sweet way. This really shows that this next year will be very much about compassion and love in a way that maybe we haven't really understood before. The importance of the sweetness and being just genuinely in love with the people that you're with at all times. And another very loving aspect that's in the emotional category of astrology is that the moon is conjunct Saturn at 27 degrees in Sagittarius at this time. Now, this is very important because Sagittarius is at the point in the horoscope that faces galactic center, which is the center of our galaxy. So around this 27 degrees marker in Sagittarius is a very, very powerful point because it connects us to the center of our galaxy, the birth. So the moon coming around right at the equinox and conjuncting Saturn at this time really shows that our heart center, our emotional maturity is going to be activated. Saturn always matures us. It's about taking responsibility. The moon governs how we feel. It's a very sensitive part of our just sentient nature. And so when they're merged together, we tend to take our feelings more seriously, and direct it into the galactic center means we're going to be more connected to the divine, to our origins. So this is very much about a deep awakening. It signals a deep awakening on a global scale for the next 12 months. And then Jupiter is square Pluto, which is and also opposite Uranus. So there's a T-square being formed. And that T-square really is helping us break through our conditioning. Like seriously, just looking at the karmic patterns, letting go of them through Pluto, breaking through Uranus, and embracing happiness through Jupiter. There's amazing opportunity right now with all these aspects. And they continue actually as we move into the new moon in Aries. It's just, a week later. So you want to take your time now and really pay attention to what you want to create. Like really, really be very cognizant about what you want to do with your life, and just take advantage of this natural life force that's happening now, that arises with this spring equinox and the start of the new astrological year, and make this moment the time to really set intentions so you can manifest your deepest desires. Really, like, what is it that's going to allow you to feel the joy of being on earth, the appreciation, the gratitude of being here, and feeling just the thrill and the bliss of having your connection to Mother Earth and Father Sun be in balance. What would do that for you, right? So look at that and have a beautiful, beautiful spring equinox, autumn equinox in the Southern Hemisphere, beginning of the astrological year. I hope you have a beautiful next 12 months. Lots of love.